For the next few moments, my sister-in-law and I stood silently as I rocked the young child, trying to calm him back down. As the crying came to a stop, I could feel his tiny body start to relax as he drifted off to sleep. My sister-in-law reached out to take him from my arms. The way she looked at this child broke my heart. Her eyes held him in adoration as her facial expressions only conveyed fear and concern. I cannot imagine the uncertainty she must be feeling. No husband, no home, and a child who would know neither. In honor of my brother, I must find a way to take care of them. There was a commotion stirring behind me as the armory captain's wife came to the door, accompanied by one of the king's royal guards. She motioned to her husband, saying, "The king is requesting you in the royal court tomorrow morning. He is insisting that you bring your new friend here." The armory captain asked me to follow him. Turning back to my sister-in-law and her elderly companion, I offered a bow as I left with the captain and his wife. As we entered the main building, I saw the large man sprawled out on the floor, sleeping soundly. There was a small table stationed close by with a serving of tea prepared. "You should have some refreshment before you rest," she said, and then offered a bow, and she reached over and grabbed her husband by the hand. "Do not be too long, I will be waiting up for you." The two of us sat down at the small table as my kind host offered me some tea. As I graciously accepted his offer, he began to speak to me, saying, "His Majesty has asked to meet you. This is a great honor. But before you stand before him, there are a few things you need to know. Not all those who serve the king are loyal subjects. There are many who are seeking their own self-interests. There are even some involved with the sudden invasion from Japan. When you enter in before them, many will see you as a hero. Beware of those who look at you in silence. Some will seek to reward you. Some will seek your death, while others will follow the faction that holds the upper hand in this debate. Choose your words carefully so they cannot turn them against you. And if His Majesty offers you a large reward, either humbly accept it or offer it up as a gift to the people. The latter will put the will of the people behind you. This can act to protect you later on." There was so much to think about. I thought of my ancestors and prayed for guidance. The large man began to shift in his sleep, and he made a slight groaning noise. Turning my attention to him, I became curious. "That is the first sound I've heard him make." "Has he always been a mute?" I asked. The armory captain quietly chuckled, and in a whispering tone, he told me, "My friend here is not a mute at all. He could speak if he really wanted to. You see his immense size and strength. He was once the king's personal bodyguard. He witnessed some type of disturbance in the king quarters that have to be kept a secret. It must have involved some of the ministers of the court, because they petitioned His Majesty to put him to death. To appease them, the king offered to have him step down from his position and take a vow of silence. His Majesty put him in my care, but he has ordered me to take his life if he ever utters even one word. He is a good man and a loyal subject. We have become close friends, and I know I will never hear him speak. He is also a loyal friend who would never put me in a position to have to carry out that order." I found his words shocking. I never would have imagined such a thing. Our tea was almost gone now, and the armory captain advised me to get some rest. "Tomorrow will be a busy day for the three of us," he said. "My wife is waiting for me. I will see you in the morning." At that, I started rolling out a straw mat on the floor, and I settled in for the night.